Somewhere in an undisclosed filming location, Jesse sets up to do another top 10 list video as he does the superhero theme songs of the 1970s. He will sit here and regale you with facts and songs of all the greatest superhero theme songs of the 19...
Alright, enough.
I'm sorry, what?
I can do the video myself, you know.
Well, it is your video. I was only trying to...
If you don't mind, I would like to take over now.
By all means, have at it.
Alright, what's up there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I am back for another comic book video. And this time, I am going to be doing the top 10 superhero theme songs of the 1970s. That was a little bit of an intro on my part based on what the 1970s did. Everything was narration. I couldn't find a single theme song for any of the superhero shows. So, we're going to go over the top 10 superhero themes. And we're going to be starting off this one with the New Adventures of Flash Gordon. Now, there was not a TV show before this. It's called The New Adventures because it was a brand new show, basically. So, let's start off with number 10.
Blasting off on a desperate mission to save Earth from the evil plottings of the tyrannical space lord Ming the Merciless. Dr. Hans Zarkov and Dale Arden have joined me, Flash Gordon, on a fantastic journey into worlds where peril and adventure await us.
The New Adventures of Flash Gordon premiered in 1979 to 1982, had 2 seasons and 32 episodes. I was kind of hoping that they were going to have the song from the movie, but this actually premiered a year before the movie came out. What are you going to do? Now, number 9, number 8, and number 7 all come from that they were individual spots as part of Tarzan and the Super 7. Now, these are the 3 sets that come out of that program that I decided to review for the next 3.
Now it's time for Super Stretch Man of Rubber and his wife, Micro Woman, world's smallest
Super Stretch and Micro Woman premiered in 1978 and had 11 episodes.
that makes the impossible look easy.
Super Stretch's power mimicked Plastic Man in such a way that DC sued them for copyright infringement.
Super Stretch and Micro Woman. The Valley of Time, home of the Freedom Force. Isis, goddess of the elements. Hercules, the world's mightiest man. Merlin, master of magic. Sinbad, hero of the 7 seas. And Super Samurai, giant of justice.
Freedom Force appeared in 1978 and lasted 5 episodes.
And now, Web Woman. When Kelly Webster risked her life to rescue a strange insect creature, she was endowed with the powers of all insects. Powers enabling her to help others throughout the galaxy as...
Web Woman premiered in 1978 and ran for 10 episodes. Web Woman was voiced by Linda Gray, who did almost all the female roles for She-Ra, He-Man, and Black Star. Coming in at number 6 is the Space Sentinels, and number 5 is Dynamite. The interesting thing about Space Sentinels is in 2006, there was a DVD box set of all the Space Sentinels and Freedom Force shows together in one compilation. What was interesting about this is Space Sentinels came out a year before Freedom Force, but they both used the character design of Hercules, and the exact same design. Of course, they were both produced by the same company, Filmation, so, it was all up to them anyways. Number 5, Dynomutt was voiced by Frank Welker. He has had over 800 roles on animated TV and movies, as well as having roles for the Transformers animated and the live action Transformers that have been done by Michael Bay. So let's take a look at both of those right now.
Many centuries ago, 3 carefully selected young Earthlings were transported from their native lands to my faraway world. Here they were granted astounding powers and eternal youth. Then returned to Earth. Their mission, to watch over the human race, helping the good in it to survive and flourish. In the course of history, their names have become legend. Hercules, empowered with the strength of 100 men. Astrea, able to assume any living form. Mercury, the amazing athlete who can match the speed of light.
Space Sentinels appeared in 1977 and had 13 episodes. I wasn't familiar with Astrea, although I had heard about Hercules and Hermes. I just wish the narration wasn't so echoey.
Flashing through the sky is a go-go dive. Stronger than a train with a so-so brain. You talking about me, Luke? Gosh. He's fearless, scareless, a little too careless. Dynomutt. He's a go-go dog.
Dynomutt premiered in 1976 and went on for 20 episodes. It was produced by Hanna-Barbera. He would later team up with Scooby-Doo to have a Scooby-Doo hour and appear in a couple episodes with him. He would also be on a character on the Hanna-Barbera Laugh Olympics.
He's a go-go dog person. That's me. Dog. What?
And now we get to Marvel. Coming in at number 4 is Spider-Woman, and she actually had Spider-Man appear in a couple of her episodes. Coming in at number 3 is the Fantastic Four, and this is really interesting. The Fantastic Four consists of Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Girl before she became the Invisible Woman, the Thing, and Herbie the Robot. Herbie was a replacement for the Human Torch. Now, I had originally heard that he was in there because TV executives were afraid that kids would set themselves on fire to emulate the Human Torch. I've heard that that was an urban legend. The real reason, they say, is that the TV rights for the Human Torch were wrapped up in something else, that they were going to make a TV movie or TV show of the Human Torch, but that never went into production. So instead, we get Herbie. He is a replacement for the Human Torch, and this is actually his very first appearance before he would appear in the comic books a year later. So let's look at those two now.
Look, up on the building, it's Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman appeared in 1979 to 1980, had 1 season and 16 episodes.
And this is Jessica Drew, who was a child while visiting her father's laboratory was bitten by a poisonous spider. Forced to try an untested spider serum, Dr. Drew not only saved his daughter's life, but unknowingly gave her incredible spider-like powers. Dedicated to fighting evil while weaving her web of justice, it's Spider-Woman.
This show has always kind of had an 80s vibe to it. Of course, it was the tail end of the 70s, so that makes sense.
It was the world's strangest accident while testing a new rocket ship. Our heroes were bombarded by mysterious cosmic rays from outer space.
The new Fantastic Four, premiering in 1978, went on for 1 season and 13 episodes. Herbie, who was also voiced by Frank Welker, stands for Humanoid Experimental Robot B-Type Integrated Electronics.
Sue Richards into the Now You See Her, Now You Don't, Invisible Girl. And Ben Grimm into a mighty muscled powerhouse called The Thing. Now together with Herbie the Robot, the newest member of the group, they have become the greatest team of superheroes the world has ever known. The new Fantastic Four.
And now for DC with number 2 and number 1. Number 1's a little more difficult. It went on for 13 years, but under different names. It's the Super Friends. I'm not going to build the excitement for it, but it's really weird because it was the Super Friends, then it became the all-new Super Friends Hour, then Challenge of the Super Friends, the World Greatest Super Friends, back to being just called Super Friends, a legendary superpower show, and the Superpower Team Galactic Guardians. And each one of these iterations of the show had their own theme song. I'm not doing all of these. That would be completely ridiculous. I am going to do the first one, and if you want to see all of the other ones I named, you could just run the part back and review all the ones I just named, but I'm not going to do all of them. I'll just do that one. So, number 2, The New Adventures of Batman, and Super Friends for number 2 and number 1.
Greetings, Bat fans. This is Batman. And Robin, the Boy Wonder.
And me too, Bat Mike.
Welcoming you to the new adventures of Batman. Watch us wage our never-ending battle of good versus evil. Ride with us as we chase the greatest array of villains the world has ever seen, proving that crime does not pay. Get set for thrills and action. Join me, Batman. And me, Robin the Boy Wonder.
And Batgirl. And me too, Bat Mike.
Batman premiered in 1977 and had 16 episodes. Did the voices of Batman and Robin sound familiar? Well, they should. It is actually Adam West and Burt Ward.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 4 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Superman. Wonder Woman. Batman. Aquaman. And those 3 junior Super Friends.
Super Friends appeared in 1973 to 1985. In 13 years, they had 9 seasons and 109 episodes. Well, that's it for the 1970s, the top 10 that I picked out. I hope you enjoyed this list. If you did, you can go ahead and give that like button a click and subscribe so you can see all my latest videos coming out. I hope you have had a chance to check out the 1960s. If you haven't, go ahead and give that one a look. And I hope you like both of them. I will be coming out with a list for the 1980s next. I've already started looking at stuff. This is going to be a difficult list to do. There's a lot of stuff that came out in the 80s that fit this. So, until next time, I'll see you.